Welcome to Unit 2 of Global Connections Reflections 101. I hope you are enjoying the semester so far. I know some of you haven't really started your cross-cultural experiences yet, and some of you are already in the midst of them. One of the things that's so great about the online format of this course is that you can really have an opportunity to learn about students' experiences that are very different from your own this semester, and I hope some of that has already started. So let me tell you a little bit about Unit 2. In Unit 2, the primary focus is really beginning to understand how to make the familiar strange. Really honing your observation skills. The reading for this unit is about the spatial gaze, thinking about how can you train yourself to see what's really going on, both in familiar and unfamiliar contexts. And anthropologists like to talk about this idea of making the familiar strange. These skills are going to really help you get the most out of your global connections experiences. So as in every unit, there are 3 tasks that you'll do over these next 3 weeks. And again, all of your posts are due on Wednesday, and your responses to your classmates' posts are due on Friday. So this week is during this unit is your first blog post where we really want you to be thinking about Kolb's experiential learning cycle. So if you look in this unit on Blackboard, you'll see that there's a short diagram reading on Kolb's experiential learning cycle. And if you look at the rubric that we're using to help evaluate your blog posts, it's really about thinking about what you're doing, what you're seeing, what you're thinking. There's this cycle of reflection that people talk about in experiential learning. And so you're going to want to look at Kolb, and you're also going to want to look at the rubric we're using just to make sure you're thinking about the dimensions that you want to be. Some of you may not have started your cross-cultural experience yet. And if that's true, there are a couple of ways to handle your blogging this week. One is, if you're local, even if your formal experience hasn't started yet, go to that particular neighborhood or community and buy a slice of pizza or go to the corner store. Start to get a sense of the environment where you'll be interacting with people. If you're not yet abroad and you're studying abroad this semester, what you may want to do is ask your instructor if you could flip the deadline for your blog post and the deadline for one of the other components of this unit. So maybe you would do your response to reading first, or you would do the action reflection task first. That's something that you can work out with your instructor if your Global Connections experience hasn't started yet. So let's talk a little bit about the reading. I apologize, this is by far the longest reading you'll do this semester, but it's just so good, and it really helps to frame the kind of observation that we hope you'll be doing all semester. So the spatial gaze chapter you'll be reading, and again, look at the criteria we're using to understand and evaluate your responses to reading so that you're making sure you're including everything you need to include and thinking deeply about what you're reading. And then this unit's action reflection task is, again, trying to get you to think a little bit about how to make something familiar look strange. So you're going to choose a photograph of a familiar context. You can be in the photograph, but you don't have to be. And it's better if it's an actual place and not inside your home. But it can be inside your home. So pick a picture that you like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to choose an object in that picture and trace its origins. Using the chapter that you read in the last unit about tracing the origins of your stuff, you're going to pick something in that picture and trace its origins. So for example, if you look behind me, there is a dresser in this office, and one of the things I might do if I were tracing its origins is think about, well, where did the wood come from? who made it, how did it end up arriving here in my house in Costa Rica. So I think that those are the main things you need to know about this unit. Really, the focus is on getting you to pay attention in new ways, both in familiar and unfamiliar contexts.